Hey, my name is Ray Flores. I'm a proud and loyal member of the First and 10 Tailgate. You're listening to First and 10 with my man, the main man, Foz.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 32, First and 10 with Foz. Maxwell, how we doing tonight, brother?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing
cold.
Good, man. Still full from Thanksgiving, man.
No doubt.
I was plowing down. How about you, man? How was your Thanksgiving?
It's great. It's great. Went to my parents, got pretty drunk like anybody else would. Watched a couple James Bond movies.
Oh, there we go.
Some shopping. You know how it goes.
Oh, for sure. Dude, I stayed at home, comfy clothes all day, watched football, cooked a bunch of food, smoked a turkey.
Hell yeah.
Only negative was Green Bay winning against the Lions. I was a little upset about that.
Yeah.
Would have rather seen anyone but Jordan Love with that turkey leg in his hand. But
no doubt.
Guess it is what it is, though, my friend. Hope everyone else had a great Thanksgiving, too. Today we got just some minor news. Not too much happened last week, thank God. For the Bears, just a couple things to go through. We're going to shortly break down that something of a game that was yesterday and talk about that. And then we have the Fan of the Year, 2023 Fan of the Year, Miss Shameka Leach, on the show tonight. So she'll be on in about 15, 20 minutes. So excited about that. So let's get into the news, Maxwell. So after that Lions loss previous to this game, Brisker actually went up the fields and apologized. Said, sorry, man, this was on the defense. What do you think about that, man?
I don't agree with him.
I mean, I kind of give him props for taking
like
some ownership, I guess, those two fast touchdowns at the end. But I mean, would you even consider the defense being the top reason why they lost that game? I mean, it was two quick touchdowns.
I mean, with the Bears, there's so many reasons every week. I mean, who cares? I mean, that's nice. It's probably just to keep Fields' spirits up a little bit because Fields did play really well in that game. So it was probably, I mean, I guess he's not wrong. Those two touchdowns at the end were brutal. So
yeah, dude, but again, like we talked about, just time of possession with that game. But I guess it is what it is. I mean, he was trying to make I like the gesture.
It's being a good teammate. I mean, if you listen to my score, he's a really good dude. So
yeah, dude, 100%. Dude, 100%.
Keep Fields' spirits up.
Yeah, so WWE was in town over the weekend, Survivor Series, and chanting for Eberflus's head. Something you really wouldn't expect at a WWE.
No, it was mixed in with all the CM Punk chants.
Yeah. So even our WWE fans out there have a lot of feelings about our Chicago Bears coaching right now.
Chicago proud. We got nothing else to cheer about. So it's either going to be CM Punk or fire the coaching staff. And they got one of the two.
So let's get into the game from this, Jay, my friend. So 2 red alarms right away before the game even started. 1, Adrian Peterson blowing a horn. I'm glad he took a break from his child beating schedule and he was there.
Man.
Number 2, Velus Jones Jr. opening up the game, returning the ball. So right there, those two things before the game, I was just like, this is going to be something tonight. This is going to be something.
I've never seen a guy eat longer and harder than Velus Jones is from a 3rd-round draft pick status. I mean, it's the dude just cannot. Man. He's Teflon. He's Teflon. Yeah. That's it. He's Teflon down at this point.
So we'll get into the details. Obviously, the end score was 12-10. I've seen hockey scores very similar. No touchdown scored by the Bears offense. The first time that's been done since 1993. A Falcons team in 1993 is the only other team to win a game without a touchdown offense.
I'm trying to think it'd be like a Jeff George type era.
30 years ago, my friend. We're breaking records this year, my friend. Breaking records. Overall impression before we get into the deets, man. The defense was knockout, lights out, dude.
They're really good.
They looked like the best defense in football yesterday. I mean, I don't know what that says for the Vikings offense yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, temper that expectation, but they played really good, and
Dude,
they looked good doing it. So the guys were flocking to the ball, and the secondary was just moving so fast to the ball.
Oh, dude, yeah, exactly, man, exactly. And we'll get into the details of that, but matched by that great defensive performance was just an absolute horrible nightmare performance on the offense. Personally, I can't remember watching a worse set of 4 quarters of offense.
Yeah,
maybe the Thursday night football game last year versus the Washington, maybe.
At least they scored some touchdowns.
Yeah,
at least one I remember.
I'm trying to think of something equally as bad as what.
No, that was really. Night. I mean, I think I told you before. That set football offenses back 20 years watching that game. I mean, it made me like long for 1990s football. Like it was pathetic. Pathetic. I mean, it was just.
Yeah.
What can you even say about it? I mean, like terrible teams luck into touchdowns. I mean,
so Justin Fields had a total of 217 yards.
Yeah.
I believe 216 of those yards was ran by wide receivers and running backs at the line of scrimmage, besides the one DJ Moore pass there.
That's it. The Cole Kmet pass. I mean, that's the only 2 I can remember that were more than like 5 yards.
Yeah,
like they weren't from running after the catch.
So again, I say week in, week out, DJ Moore ended the game. We'll get into it, but there were 11 receptions, over 100 yards again, 114 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, over 1,000 yards already in the season.
Yeah.
First wide receiver for the Bears over 1,000 yards this early since 1970.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. So we're talking like 54 years almost since a wide receiver's gotten to 1,000 yards this early in a season for a Bears team.
That speaks to the Bears.
Right.
Wide receivers over the years. That's great though. I mean, yeah, I love watching. He's the only person I like to see because most of the screens go to him, but it is fun watching him get out in the flat with like a ball. Just cannot wait to truck somebody. He is looking for contact all the time. He's a physical dude. I love watching him play.
Dude, he's absolutely amazing, dude. He's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite player on the team right now, dude.
Right, he's up there.
Yeah, good for you, DJ Moore. Congratulations, buddy. Player of the game obviously goes to Carlos Santos. I mean, 4 out of 5 field goals, scored all 12 of our points the entire night.
The bum missed one, though.
He only missed one. Dude, do you know he has a better kicking percentage than Justin Tucker does, actually? And Justin Tucker is known as like the man, the field goal kicker.
When you have a Bears offense like this, you have to have an excellent field goal kicker. There's no way around it.
Speaking of that Bears offense, man, 90% of passes, if not a little bit higher percentage, not past 5 yards. 21 passes at the line of scrimmage and behind the line of scrimmage, which is like almost 45.
Yeah, it was almost
50% of our entire attempted passes were either at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
Maxwell, you take it, bud.
You can understand the thought process of wanting to keep it a fast pass game because of how much these guys blitz. That I understand. Mm-hmm. But there's other ways to do it. You don't have to constantly be going. Listen, if the screen pass thing was working, then great. That's fine. No problem with that. Keep running until they figure it out. But they figured it out about halfway through the second quarter, and it just kept going and going. And if it wasn't on the left side, well, let's go to the right side. Maybe they won't figure it out. And then there was times when like DJ Moore caught the ball, and I think there was 25 Vikings on him. Like it was constant and nonstop. You know, where were the hot routes? What about a nice slant route? How about that play to Cole Kmet like early in the game? That was perfect. Like he blocked and then did a perfect run out, and then immediately 24 yards.
At what point through 4 quarters of football do you say this is not working? We need to make an adjustment and do something different.
At the very least, halftime.
Yeah.
But his adjustments seem to just be, well, Justin Fields is athletic.
Yeah.
So he'll figure it out. Like he doesn't, what I don't understand is he scripts the beginning of the play excellent. And it seems like he trusts Fields. Big plays. They went downfield quick.
Yeah.
Then we get into the, we're not scripted anymore. Not even the red zone thing. It's like after like the first couple drives, we're not scripted anymore. So now we'll just do as safe play calling as possible because I don't trust this guy.
Yeah.
I don't really get it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Dude, I really feel that this is just my personal opinion. There's some sort of sabotage plan between Getsy. It feels
I
like
won't go that far.
he doesn't want the guy.
He doesn't want Fields. I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's sabotage.
But again, like he doesn't want him to be successful because if Fields is successful, they're going to keep him.
It's clear now he doesn't want Fields as his quarterback. I don't think that even goes to the head coach. Just Getsy does not trust like whatever with Fields. They don't sync together, whatever the reason is. And he's not. He does at the beginning of the game. He comes out and if you saw immediately Fields was moving the pocket. They were throwing more downfield. And again, I get it. There's going to be a lot of blitzing. You have to have a short pass game with that or quick release pass.
Dude, everyone and their mama knew that the Vikings were going to be nonstop blitzing the entire week.
Sure.
And the best game plan that you can come up with is every blitz when they're bringing the house, we're just going to continue to do screen passes, even though all of our blockers for the screen passes are going to be blocking the blitz. But that's our game plan. We're going to stick to it.
And by then, they already had it so figured out that, like I'm saying, every linebacker is pivoting immediately to that 3 or 4 wide receiver bunch. And it's just constant. It's malpractice at this point. It's malpractice.
You know I don't like Joe Buck, dude. You've known my many years of hatred, of dislike of Joe Buck. I think there's a lot of us out there. One thing, though, that made me laugh last night is he literally looked over at Troy Aikman and was like, so when is Eberflus going to go talk to his offensive coordinator about these play calls that are happening? Because it was very noticeable to everyone watching the game, calling the game, post-game show. Everyone talked about. Everyone's been talking about it all day, dude. Like,
no doubt. And they're thankfully this game's over. At the end of the game was great too. I'm in the different camp. I've come around on Joe Buck. I think him and Aikman are the best major broadcast commentators because they tell it like it is. They don't sugarcoat it. They don't buy into the coach speak and all that. They're calling the game as the game is happening.
Joe Buck's gotten better as he's gotten older.
Him and Aikman are great. I think him and Aikman are great. They're probably really the only one other than maybe Romo that I look forward to.
Do love me some Romo too. So, dude, luckily at the end of the game, which I don't understand, sorry to my Vikings friends out there, I'm sure you'll agree with me. You're blitzing nonstop right at the end of the game. We're getting into field goal territory. You decide to stop blitzing. You go back in the zone.
Yeah, I don't know how they let
which opened up DJ Moore wide, gave Fields time.
Yeah.
And we got right in there to end the game and win with the field goal.
I'm going to make behind-the-scenes comment or confession here. I bet on the Vikings money line when they were down a point, or they were down after the Bears took the lead, and right before the turnover, I bet on the Vikings money line, and I thought for sure I was golden.
Dude, you should have been golden.
Yeah, I don't know how they let DJ Moore slip loose because the first two passes of that drive were terrible. I don't know what they went to sleep for like 2 minutes there.
That was coming right after 2 fumbles in a row. So we're lucky we even had that opportunity to even do that.
Which we're 100% of Fields, and that's becoming an issue. There's no doubt about it. So, just to at least be fair to Fields played as good as he could have played, but at the same time, the fumbling issue late in the game is a major, major issue. There's no doubt about it.
Dude, 100%, man. For those of you who have not seen it, here is the beautiful breakdown pass chart from yesterday, and I think you'll notice right off the bat all of the passes like we were talking about behind the line of scrimmage. And then that one little beautiful dot out there, that was the DJ Moore pass for us to win the game. But yeah, this is a problem, man. This is not an NFL game calling today, dude. No. This doesn't work. There hasn't been this many passes behind the line of scrimmage since 2000.
No.
And there's a reason why, because this doesn't work.
That was like a Tyson Bagent or your third string quarterback, like kind of game plan. Like, let's just not get killed and hope our defense wins this the game. Like that. That's, you've got to play more aggressively. You've got to not be such a coward on offensive play calling. Yeah. And what do you have to lose other than your job at this point? Like, maybe you might save your job if you make Fields look good, or he just doesn't want to be here. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
21 passes thrown behind the line of scrimmage, dude. Most of the NFL since the year 2000, dude. 24 years were going on. There hasn't been that many passes in the game behind the line of scrimmage.
It was bad.
Like I said, we were setting records last time, man. We're setting records.
We like to set records, just not like other teams do.
Let's go through some of the comments before we move on here. Copes, what's up, brother? Frank the Tank, bro. Yep. Screw Jordan Love. Put that turkey right in his hole. Alberto, what's going on, my guy? We got some fire Eberfluses out there. I think there's a lot of people that agree with that. Best game ever. I don't know who was that.
Guy's drunk, whoever it was.
I got hammed right now. He was having a good time. We want Harbaugh. Dude, I want Jim Harbaugh. We talk about it every week, dude. I'd be happy with it, man. There's no comment. This is the best comment, dude. No comment. There's nothing to say.
The old classic call from a mannequin.
Not a Super Bowl appearance. Yeah, I think that's a definitely given. John.
Not from either of those teams last night.
Dobbs sucks. He's an astronaut. Nice. Defense had Dobbs shooks. He was screaming at himself, smacking his own head like he was ready to see a psychiatrist. Yeah, dude, Dobbs was coming off of some good games, dude. He kind of stepped into that Vikings team. He was only been there for 20-something days. Won on some games, dude, made some big plays. He really kind of adapted. So, I mean, I don't know if he got a little bit ahead of himself in the system and got a little bit maybe too confident. But, I mean, dude, the Bears defense ain't no joke right now.
I mean, all I can say is he looked terrible, and the Bears defense made him look terrible. And he threw about 8 balls, 9 balls. They all should have probably been interceptions.
Yeah, and we'll get into the defense in a little bit, man. We'll get into defense in a little bit. When I go for the TD at the end of the game, no confidence in Justin. I mean, yeah, dude, no confidence whatsoever. I mean, I think everyone who watched the game can obviously see that.
And if that's the case, and you're the head coach, and you see that, I mean, I don't care. Figure out somebody else to call the plays then. Fire this dude.
This is a good point here, too. You're surprised Fields didn't get sacked more in the pocket, dude. I mean, with the way the blitzes are coming through, dude, I think he definitely did as best as he could getting out of there.
He showed you why he's such a great athlete.
Well, I mean, plus he had the screen pass ready on every play to go. So,
but I mean, he took some hits. He got rocked a couple times. There was one helmet to helmet that was a blatant helmet to helmet. I saw that like, oh my god, he's got a concussion. He's done for the game because it was a brutal hit that was absolutely not flagged whatsoever. Which I'm getting sick of seeing too with Fields.
Yeah, that's a common theme week after week. And how about that hit on Mooney, dude, on the sideline too when he went up for that ball?
That's on Fields. That was a really bad pass on a wide open dude. That was the old hospital ball there.
Yeah, he laid him up to freaking.
I thought he was not getting back up there because Mooney's not that big of a dude.
Justin Fields right now, as everyone knows, dude, whether we like it or not, whether you're a supporter or not supporter, he's truthfully on the hot seat right now. I am a Justin Fields supporter. I don't think we should go in the draft. I don't want any of these college kids coming out. I don't want to restart the system again with a brand new quarterback. I'd rather see new coaching come in there before we get rid of Fields. But after last night, dude, those fumbles, no touchdowns, you're on Monday Night Football. I don't know if you saw the part where, like, dude, he was literally crying on the field, and I can't believe it wasn't a meme today. And
I didn't see it.
I'm glad it's not because it was like a crying Jordan face. But, dude, you're not going to win that battle of staying here, whether we want you to as fans or not, with games like yesterday, dude. You can't have those late turnovers. No. Everyone's going to remember that, dude. The coaches are going to remember that. Everyone's going to talk about that when it comes down to deciding when we get our draft picks, are we going to keep you or are we going to draft someone else? Where are you at with Fields right now, brother?
I'm of the mindset of he could also be part of the problem. He may not be the solution. Do you really – you're going to have a situation here also again where you have the number 1 pick again, most likely, or at least one of the top 2 picks. And let's say you do fire the coaches. Do you really want another coach to come in, a third regime now to take a look at Fields to try to figure it out? Or do you start the quarterback clock over again? These are all questions you have to ask. And
I mean, sounds like Jay Cutler, my friend. It sounds like Mitch Trubisky.
I mean, I'd say it's more likely than not now that not only is the coaching not the answer, that Fields might not be either, at least not here in this system.
Yeah, no, I can definitely get behind that.
So
I think he's talented. I think he has great athleticism. I think with the right coordinator and the right system, with the right play calling, he can definitely be a monster on the football field.
Yeah, I would love to see him in a Pete Carroll, Andy Reid system, but that's just not going to happen. So
we need to start playing towards this kid's talent. Stop trying to make him play a different set of ball that's not his ball.
Let's say you hire Jim Harbaugh. Let's just say for argument's sake. That means you're getting rid of Poles and Eberflus. There's no doubt about it. Our Harbaugh's not coming into another situation like that. So he's going to pick his quarterback. It's going to be whatever he wants. And if he comes in and doesn't like Fields and likes one of these college kids, I mean, that's a wrap on it. So
that's one of the many possible scenarios that could happen. Like if it came to that, I'd really have to think about how I feel about that. You know what I mean?
Or you find, the offensive look at how great the offensive coordinator is coached up CJ Stroud, or how the Lions offensive coordinator. You hire a guy like that who maybe likes Fields, maybe I don't know.
But dude, I mean,
the answer is I don't know.
You have Jim Harbaugh who played coach of the 49ers. Took
Kaepernick and Alex Smith.
Very similar style of quarterbacks as Fields to the Super Bowl. So I mean, that he knows how to coach them. He can game plan around them. He knows the offensive coordination of them, dude. So I don't think he would automatically, in my opinion, want to get rid of Fields if he would come.
The answer is I don't know. That's the only answer you could have, and it's kind of messed up that we're 30-something games into his career and we still really don't know.
Yeah, 100%, man. Real fast, we'll get through the defense, dude. My guy Sweat, dude. Montez Sweat
Makes a big difference.
Is the man, dude. He got 1.5 sacks. Him and Brisker got in there on one. Opened up 9 hits total on Dobbs, dude, which he was rushed and shook all night long, dude. 4 interceptions. Jalen Johnson's one, which was the most standout one because we were just talking about his stone hands the week before, and
he did miss one this week again too. Though his long-term contract is slowly dwindling, which sucks. But I love him. But Sweat, let's go back to Sweat real quick.
Yeah.
You're also now starting to notice other guys: Gravon Dexter, Zach Pickens, DeMarcus Walker. These dudes are all starting to show up a lot more and more on the film, and I don't mean just with sacks.
Sure.
Pressures, hits. You're actually seeing guys get through to the quarterback, pushing him off his spot.
Dude, we talked about this. Him coming on that line opens up that line, gives these guys the ability to do what they can do instead of picking up a slack of a person who's now doing their end. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you're definitely seeing these rookies starting to prosper. You're starting to see them get to the quarterback. You're starting to see some deflections, dude. I love our defense right now, dude. Our defense right now is a system built to win games, dude. We are ready to go against teams with good offenses. We can stop the run game. We showed we can stop the passes. The turnovers are finally coming around, dude. We're touching the quarterback. We're rushing the quarterback. We are ready to win with our defense right now. It's our offense that's slacking.
Yeah, and you have to at least call a spade and give Eberflus some credit, whether it's because they brought in this consultant or whatever, but he did change up how he did things. He would not blitz at all the first 7-8 games of the year. He switched it up. There's a lot of stunts. There's a lot of twists when they're blitzing. He's bringing in extra guys. If you saw it, he's bringing down Kyler Gordon at times. They're bringing in linebackers and bringing them back. So he's at least changing how he does things, and it's paid dividends so far.
Ever since they brought the old man coach on, dude, it's been a big turn.
Yeah,
I don't know which one's which.
I don't know. But I mean, even if that guy suggested to him,
I ain't going to question him.
Eberflus at least took the suggestion and is using it. I guess that's what I'm getting at, is at least they have done on defense what they should be doing on offense, is tailoring it to the players and what the pillars like to do.
100%, bro. So a lot of work to go on the offense, guys. Hope to see a way better performance after this bye week. We'll be at home in Detroit December 10th. So hopefully they take some time to reflect on this last game, and hopefully our defense momentum continues into Soldier Field versus Detroit, my friend.
Oh, and one last thing, Kyler Gordon is awesome. Even that penalty, that stupid face penalty, that dude's awesome. That dude is a player.
His face mask broke, dude.
But that's right. He is a player. That dude is a player.
Yeah, he's amazing, dude. He's absolutely amazing. More positive news tonight after we're talking about this worst game ever. In 2020, the NFL started a Fan of the Year award program, which I think is very cool. So for the Bears, since it started in 2020, Paul Viditich, who I used to tailgate with, he was during the COVID years. He got the first Fan of the Year award. Paul, love you. You're awesome, brother. 2021 was Destiny Blackman. 2022 was Corey Schleider. And this year we have the privilege of having the 2023 Fan of the Year for the Chicago Bears. Everyone welcome Miss Shameka Leach. How we doing, Shameka? I can't hear you, sweetheart. Is your mic off?
I think that's a little better, right?
There we go. Now we
can
can hear you. How you doing tonight? Thank you for coming on the show.
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Are you just on cloud 9 right now with all this going on? I know you are. Come on, just tell me about how awesome everything is right now.
So I am on cloud 9. It's nothing better to be considered and honored and humbled to be the Chicago Bears Fan of the Year. Not slighting any other fan. I think we all fans of the years, but just to get those 2 tickets to go to the Super Bowl, I don't think it gets no better than that.
Can't believe you're bringing me to. She's bringing me, everyone. This is amazing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I told her I was going to bring her on the podcast. She's like, you're coming to the Super Bowl.
I didn't know you got Super Bowl tickets. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's like, you're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
He said he missed the memo.
With you, Shameka.
Dude, that's incredible. So where did your Bear fandom start? All the way from when you were a kid, or?
So as a kid, it was me and my 2 brothers. So my dad always felt that, I'm going to train you up as a young lady that knows how to do everything to be self-sufficient. So I didn't get too many chances, not to not take out the garbage or not to sit on the couch and not watch football. I didn't have those options growing up. So my dad made me, along with both of my brothers, watch the games every Sunday after church. And guess what? My dad, a minister, well, at the time, he was a deacon of a church. So we went to church, prayed for our team. By the time church was over, it was time to, get to that game, get to that TV. So that's when I started watching, when I fell in love, when I learned to love it myself. I was 18 years old. Actually, I think maybe even around high school, because, you get the high school guys, you watching them in football, then you turn around and you watch the Bears. But I fell in love myself around the age of 18, where, I looked around, my daddy wasn't even there. And here I am popping popcorn, fixing snacks, getting ready for 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock, all by myself. And then I look up, here he come. I'm like, you late.
So Shameka, during that time when you were 18, what year would that have been, and what were some of the Bears players on the field that you were digging at the time?
Honestly, I can't remember. like at the age of 18, let me tell y'all, my life has been so crazy. Because at 17, I'm only 42, right? I've been on my job since I was 17. So I've done a lot in my 17th and 18th years. But I can tell you over the course of the years, we had the Chris Zoricks. I was a fan of that whole era. And actually, Chris Zorick, I'm still not just a fan, but he almost like family, him and his wife. Because they the ones that do community service. They like I tell people all the time, they was players, but then these same players I get the opportunity to do community service with, even today, even now. So that's the great part of, what I always tell the fans is sometimes it's not just about the game, which that's what we want them. We want them to make it to the Super Bowl. But I get the opportunities to hang with these guys to, they give it back to the community. So that's what I love about it.
Right on.
Very cool.
So we're close to the same age then. So, oh man, we don't have a lot of moments to pick from.
That would have been like early 2000s. That would have been like the Urlacher, Briggs.
So, your favorite moment then, like growing up as a Bears fan, was it finally making the Super Bowl in 06 or?
So my favorite moment, of course, the Super Bowl, the past and the present. But my favorite moment as a fan was the 100th year anniversary.
Oh, very cool. Talk about your experience with that.
That weekend, you got to see every living Chicago Bear. You got to see the coaches. You got to see the Hall of Famers, even the ones, right before some of them kind of passed away. And just get to hear them speak, get to see them. I got the opportunity to be backstage. So I already knew George because I was doing community service, and that's the one that comes out to community service. But I got the ultimate opportunity to meet Virginia and take lots of pictures with her. So I was really excited about that. To get to see Mike Dicker talking to the coach at the time, getting to see Dick Buckus and all of those guys just talking to the younger players. For me, that was the ultimate. Just being in that room.
Those legends are getting old, aren't they? Man.
They are. They are.
We still love them to death. The Bears. We live in the past with our players, my friends. So definitely was sad to see Buckus go recently. So, and then everything going on with Mongo and all that, of course, right now. So, so let's talk about your fan of the year journey. So a lot of people are just misunderstood kind of what it takes to become the fan of the year, but there actually is like categories and criteria you have to meet. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So actually, a shout out to all of the past fan of the year of Chicago. I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all paved the way for myself. But the criteria for me started years ago. I've been doing volunteer service for the Chicago Bears unofficially for years. So the fan of the year criteria is not, don't get me wrong, you got to be a fan. That's the ultimate. But part of it is community service. Part of it, is what you bring to the game, what you do with the game. What your lifestyle is, kind of sort of like, what are you actually doing game day? And it's not just oh, I'm gonna sit at home and watch TV. Like it's tailgate experiences. It's me myself, I'm a camp director, so I love football, but I didn't get it to the point where I donate my time and my energy to my community to make 100 kids, male and female. We put on free camps for Robbins, Illinois. So you got to take all of that, and that's the whole fan of the year experience. It's not just you going to the game and say, hey, I'm going to see the Bears on the 10th. It's a whole life experience.
For sure.
Yeah, most definitely. I think there's a lot of misconception out there as it being a popularity contest or how much likes you have on social media. But really, it's about the all-around experience. It's about community, fandom, and your love all together. So
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And you're doing fantastic things. So you want to name any specific charities that you're involved in that you've been doing and give a shout out to right now?
I am. So to start off, it's the ultimate. That's how I became the fan of the year. It's Loving Tomorrow's Kids. That's our organization where we give back to the community. So we host free camps for the kids every summer. I also give back scholarships for the Roberts Alumni Association. So shout out to the Roberts Alumni Association. I'm also a brand ambassador for Great Lakes, which is a credit union. We also give back scholarships to our members. I also give out scholarships at my church. I always start at church. So shout out to Greater New Mount Eagle. So as you can see, it's not just one organization. I support a couple of organizations.
Oh, that's absolutely phenomenal. And that definitely shows why you're at where you're at. And I was going to tell you, feel free to post any of that stuff on my page.
Okay.
Social media wise, I know a lot of people out there would like to get involved, help out if they can. A lot of passionate Bears fans here on the podcast. So feel free to utilize the page for any of that at any time, Svi, okay?
I appreciate it.
I want to just double back for a second. You mentioned George. He helps out with a lot of the charity. Have you had a lot of involvement with him, George McKeskey?
So yes. So actually, I do believe I can say every event I have attended for community service, George has been there. And not just George, his wife. So what happens is they're called huddle events. So you can sign up. You can actually sign up on the app, find the community section, and you can sign up for I think they call it Huddle Care or something like that, and they'll send you emails to what's available. So for instance, we did food depository, and that was with Chris Zorick. He was the NFL former player that came, and George and his wife was there. And for the most part, Stanley is always there too, Stanley the Bear. So George is very active in the community. So I know he may get a lot of boos at times, but I know for a fact that man, when they go into the hospitals, when they out plant trees, when we out, bagging food for the homeless, he's there.
That's
no,
awesome.
For sure. That's why I asked, because I he deserves the heat for the football side, no doubt about it. But I've also heard what a good guy he actually really is, and he does take some unnecessary heat, I think, at times for his charity and for a lot of stuff. Football side, absolutely, you deserve it. You're an owner, but
people just get a one-track mind of like,
I get it.
They're like an object. They're like not a human being. They're not a person, And I mean, as much as we complain from our end as fans for certain things, I mean, at the end of the day, these guys are human beings just like me and you, and come home and they have a heart and a family and everything too. So most of them, that's awesome to hear.
But even if you attend camp, he's there for the most part.
Yeah. That's very cool.
No, that's good.
So you got to meet Virginia. That's not a very common thing, especially nowadays. So why don't you talk about that experience and what was that like and how is she doing? I know we don't hear too much about her outside of in the public media. I mean, we've heard she's been pretty sick for quite a while now. So when did you meet her and just how was that experience overall?
So I've actually got a chance to meet her, I think, on 3 occasions.
That's awesome.
I got 3 sets of pictures floating somewhere. And they're on my page, so I'll make sure I send them to you all. But the first occasion, I was at a reunion. So I guess the first or second game, normally the Chicago Bears have the reunion for all the Bears to come out. And I got to experience the whole reunion weekend. And I got to go to alumni banquet. And that's the first time I met her. So that was like, for me, that's ultimate, because for me, she's the other than my CEO at UPS, she's like the top lady to me.
Mhm.
Being a just a sports fan.
Oh
So
yeah.
she's my ultimate. So just to be her, I guess for some it's like being the president, of the United States. But she's so humble and so sweet. That is the
That's Papa
sweetest
Bear's
lady.
baby girl right there. Come on, man. That's
Like I call her my auntie, but y'all know she's not my auntie, but she my auntie. So Auntie Virginia, I,
awesome.
I got to meet her at the reunion weekend, and then the 100th weekend. That was ultimate. She was in a little area by herself, unbothered, not bothering nobody. And George actually took me over to her, to let her know that I've been volunteering with them for many of years. And again, just a humble and sweet lady. Just I don't see no wrong in her. I don't know what call she makes towards the organization, but to me,
Sure.
she can't do no wrong.
Us crazy fans out there, we blame everyone under the sun
Oh,
for
fandom's a
everything.
weird
Yes,
thing.
the owners did it right.
Yeah, the
So,
Lars are out there losing those games for us. Damn it.
but during the 100th weekend, so we took a set of pictures, right? Me, her, and George,
Yeah.
and I came from, like I said, she was in her own little area. I came from over there by her, and every football player looked at me like I was the vice president of America. They was like, "That lady don't take pictures with nobody. How did you get a
Yeah.
picture with her? Like, how did you get to sit with her? Like,
See, that's what I heard.
no."
That's why I wanted to get back to that real fast because she's very much in the shadows these last few years. So
Yes, yes.
that's
So I
very,
haven't
very
seen that in like a couple of years, because the 100th year was a couple of years ago. But and she is getting up in age, but I'm just glad I got to experience those moments and take those pictures with her.
absolutely priceless.
That's cool. All right, I got to ask you some hard questions then.
So
So
I'm
how?
taking it easy on you.
No, not at all. So how do you think? How has this Bears season gone from you and your perspective?
So what my philosophy of the Bears is, you have children. Do y'all have children? Like
I
your
have
own
3
personal
boys.
children?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I don't.
Okay, so
Just my
you know
wife.
how your children get on your nerves so bad, like you want to punish them,
Yep.
but at the same time you gotta love them.
Yep, I know. I know.
So that's how my Bears are this year. Like, it's a lot of stuff that's happening, and it's like they can't get it together. Then we think they got it together. Then they don't get it together. Then we up. Then we down. So I just look at my Bears as I only got one son. That they just sometimes they hard headed. Sometimes they the best team they could be. But at the end of the day, my heart is pure and my heart is with them.
That's a good analogy because dude,
That is
I
really good.
agree. It's family.
You can't get rid of them.
It's family. As much as I hate you, I can't leave you. Much as you drive me crazy, I still love you. But,
Yes, I mean they may cause you to drink. Like
yeah,
last
no,
night.
they do
Like,
that.
And excess sometimes.
And a lot of excess, like last night, and I was really tired this morning.
I was too, and I got to be at work at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I was like,
Oh wow.
yes, I was like, get yourself together. I closed the app and opened it. We was this, we was that. But shout out to Santos. Like, he needs to get paid.
Dude, he does, man. He's a very underestimated kicker. Like we were talking about earlier in the show. He's up there better percentage than Justin Tucker right now, who Justin Tucker is looking as like the golden god of kickers in the NFL.
But even Santos, he was shaky the first 5 minutes. You missed the whole. I was like, come on.
Yeah, nice drive, and then they
came
completely
on.
just wet the bed. Yeah, that
Told you, it was Adrian Peterson, Vandis Jones Jr., and then we get into a missed field goal. Like that was just the beginning of the game.
Yeah. But no love lost. I mean, everybody deserves. That was only his second miss the whole season, I do believe. So
Oh, he's great.
I'll take it.
He's the guy we should have the least problem with at this point. There's no
Right.
doubt about it.
I hope he got the ball last night, because that's who won the
Better
game.
Yeah, 100%. I'm sure. I think he did.
Him and the whole defense, the secondary better of, yeah.
Yeah.
So more on topic of the current Bears. And again, being the fan of the year, don't answer if you feel uncomfortable with answering or whatnot. I mean,
Absolutely.
you're the fan of the year or whatnot. But how are you feeling about our current coaching organization, our field's quarterback situation? Are you feeling that there's some changes that need to be made for us to be successful? Do you think we just need to make some alterations and keep our current staff that we have? Where are you at as far as our personnel right now?
And I'm a management person, not more so sports. So you have people that I'm gonna use my management style. So I have employees that I feel does well all the time, right? But sometimes they just don't do well. So sometimes as a coach or as a management person, you need to ensure that that person is getting the best of the best analogies to make them a better person. And that's the part that I feel is not happening with Justin Fields. As a management or a coaching staff, you need to make sure that he trains with the best to make him more better than what he was yesterday. And that's just a personal, like I said, it's just a personal feeling. But I think Justin can be much more of a better quarterback for us if they prepare him more. Like you can't prepare him like, he's winning college football game.
Yeah.
No, these guys is getting paid to produce. So if you don't produce, then things happen, and I think for Justin Fields, something did happen where, his thumb was out of place and we got to see another quarterback. So you take that, and even for Justin, you have to look at, okay, well, you can't never think that somebody small you can't learn from. Okay, what did he do different that I can use in my everyday life? Because at the end of the day, Justin, you're our quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I think he's doing better, but I think as a management person, you need to put that person in position to always be better than the next person.
No, 100%. And I think it's even tough for you being the fan of the year this year with everything going on in the Bears organization, because it's tough to stay tried and true during these times right now. And that's awesome you are, though. Let's keep it up. Hopefully the Bears get it together, and we see brighter days ahead, right, Shameka?
Absolutely.
Nope, she's right. You got to have the support system to make sure they want you to succeed as well with your coaching staff.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time about it. Everyone has certain skills. They have positive, they have negative, and you need to focus on and work with those positive skills and their set and their mindset and how are they going to succeed. And we're definitely lacking that right now.
Yep.
So, Shameka, let's talk about your journey of fan of the year. Why don't you give us a little rundown of your itinerary coming up here for everything that's involved? I know you've been doing a lot of media stuff like this right now. What other stuff do you do? Do you do like public appearances? I know you said you did like a Zoom call with the commissioner, and I know there's like travel in the different places. Have you figured out like everything that's going to be happening coming up here shortly?
So everything about the fan of the year experience to me, everything is a surprise. like you don't really know what's happening until it happens. Like even when I became the fan of the year, I don't know if y'all read the story, but it was a whole trick. Like, they told me I was a referee. I came to be a referee at the game. Yeah. And then boom, I was the fan of the year. So, that was a whole, experience, great experience, of course. Yeah. But like for the next, I think, couple of weeks, we get to actually meet with all the 32 teams fan of the year, and we get to talk to we have different virtual parties that we get to talk to different NFL people, like background parties. So what leads up to the NFL, we will get the opportunity to meet the commissioner of the NFL. So even just me being a fan of the year Chicago, all 32 teams, believe it or not, we got a great class of all 32 teams fan of the year is coming out. So shout out to all 32 because we all family now, if y'all don't know.
That's awesome.
So just, we've been chatting. We got our own little chat group going on. Of course, we just got inducted because this has been happening since 2020. Sure. So just being able to share the experience with the 32 this year, plus all the rest of them since 2020. That's been a whole amazing experience. Of course, we got the Super Bowl coming up, so we get to go to the Super Bowl. Again, everything is a secret. So the only thing I know that's a fact that we do get to go to NFL honors. So that's going to be pretty amazing.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Have you reached out or talked to or got to know any of our former fan of the years for the Bears so far?
I did. Let me tell y'all, I'm so nosy, baby. As soon as I won, I went to go and find Corey. Okay, Corey. I don't even know if Corey knew I won, but I inboxed him instantly. And guess what? He's so humble.
Oh, definitely.
And that's what I appreciate. Corey just, and I didn't know he wasn't like literally from around here. Like I just assumed that, we live 10 minutes away or we're in Chicago. Now, Corey, they say y'all, Corey been traveling to come all the way to Soldier Field. So shout out to Corey. But such a good dude.
It's that extra work. It's that extra work that stands out. That's for sure.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him many occasions, but the occasions I have, it was appreciated.
That's awesome. Well, Shameka, we're super proud of you. Super awesome to have you as our fan of the year.
Thank you.
We're not winning games, but what we can do, people, is we can get Shameka to win the fan of the year. Make sure you guys head over to NFL.com, honors fan of the year 2003, and vote. You can do it daily. Get in there. Let's get Shameka being fan of the year for the whole entire NFL for the Bears. I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Yes, that'd be great. Thank you in advance, everybody, for the votes.
Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for you. You've been my favorite guest by far we've done so far since we started doing this. So I really hope you win it, and I really hope I see you partying your ass off at the Super Bowl.
That first and 10 tailgame. We're going to get our ass out to the tailgate.
Look, I already packed me an extra battery.
She's ready to go. That's awesome, Shameka. Like I said, we're super happy for you. We got all of our votes. Everyone out there listening right now, watching the show, get your asses on there and vote for Shameka. She definitely deserves it.
No doubt.
Thank you so much, sweetheart, for coming on the show. Hope I get to meet you and hang out with you here soon in the future. Like
Absolutely.
I said, you're always welcome at our First and 10 tailgating off of Harrison and Wabash. We'll be out there December 10th for the Lions game. We're going to have a hot tub. I don't know if you want to bring your swimsuit and come on out or what the game plan is.
What y'all doing in the hot tub?
A crazy only crazy people do shit like this.
So the Detroit Lions fans have a tailgate club called the Tub Gators. And what it is they have a mobile hot tub on the back of a truck that they roll up to tailgates in, completely operational, full of water, and it's like a 10-person hot tub.
Oh, I'm gonna have to call the Detroit Lions fan of the year. Ask them what they doing over there.
Yeah, they get a case of pneumonia with it on the way out of the tub.
The fan of the year knows the Blue Crew and he knows the Tub Gators. That's for damn sure. So you're more than welcome to come out, sweetie.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you coming on the
you.
show.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
very
Have
much.
fun with everything else. Enjoy the experience. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Anytime, guys.
All right, sweetheart. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
That's awesome, man.
Hell yeah! I hope, dude, she better win. I hope so.
Very humble, doing a bunch of stuff in the community, man. I mean, like I talked about earlier, like so many people think it's a popularity contest, and
no, I mean, listen,
everyone knows who
dude,
I am.
I'm ignorant to it all.
Yeah.
So hearing all that, that's really cool. She beyond deserves it then, not just getting drunk watching the game. She's actually out there doing a ton of shit. That's awesome.
And dude, like they break it down like percentage wise. It's like 33% like charity, 33%. Like your story, like if you have a story that people are going to find relatable on TV, I guess. Obviously, you don't want like a boring story like I live alone and just watch the Bears. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then the rest of it is being a fan and showing your fandom and talking about what you do during the game days. So it's definitely a big figure. Let's go through some of these comments before we get out of here. Windy City Endzone.football streaming every week on there with my guys Shane and Pat. Make sure you guys check out the website. Live there every single Tuesday. These guys are fantastic. We got Tiffany Green up in the house tonight. What's up, Tiffany? We got Mr. Nash from the Commanders, always showing support, my guy. I appreciate it. What else? Bears Nation from Mexico. We're all over the globe, people. We're all over the globe. All right, cool. A couple more things before we head out, guys, and I'll let you guys get going for the night. Next week, we don't have a game. We're going to be on bye week.
Yes.
Lots of tears will be saved. But we will be doing a pregame show, getting ready for that Lions game at home with our guy Denny Arney from the Tub Gators. We'll be talking about their tailgate, his whole entire hot tub situation, how that came to be, dude. They're out there in freezing below weather in that thing every single year, man. So that's going to be leading up to our fat tailgate at home, Harrison and Wabash. You guys definitely want to come check it out. I don't know if this is going to be the last one of the year, given the rest of the home schedule, because I know the rest are holidays, and we're a pretty family-oriented group, so we're not out of business whatsoever. So if you're going to come out to a fat tailgate, this may be the last one. Don't quote me on that, but come on out there. The Blue Crew's going to be there. The Tub Gators are going to be there. Pilgrim from the Thanksgiving game every year, he was just on the show. He's going to be there. $25 a person, all you can eat, all you can drink. Tons of music, tons of fun. Definitely come check us out if you haven't. And for those of you who have, you know what's up, baby. Other than that, that's all I got for tonight, Maxwell. What do you think, brother? Call it a night?
Yeah, I think we did it in pretty good.
We did it in pretty good, my friend. All right, guys. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you guys next week and have a good rest of your night. Thank you so much. Bear down, everyone.
Thank you. And go Bears!